Inquiring minds want to know if you're feeling the same type of overwhelm that I'm feeling. Let's talk about it. Hello, my loves. Kellie here, and welcome to a slice of my world. I hope that you guys had a wonderful holiday. As I record this, it's the 29th of December. We are about to roll into another brand new year. If you're new here, I typically talk about my battle with my body with lupus and living abroad, the choice to live abroad. So when it comes down to the idea of lupus, one thing that is a definite trigger is stress. And so feeling overwhelmed is a form of stress, and it's not always a good thing, obviously, to feel these things. But they happen. This is real life, and it is what it is, right? So here's my view of the world right now. Good morning. How you doing? Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm so glad I don't have that COVID. Okay, have a nice day. Okay. Hey, are you gonna go to that event that so-and-so posted? Girl, only if it's outside, because you know people be having that corona. Yes or no would have worked real well for that. Okay. Have you been vaccinated? They don't have vaccinations for coughs, but the other part of that, whether they did or not, ain't your business. So as you all can see from my ridiculous, and not necessarily so ridiculous, examples, I am over this damn pandemic. And I know that this might not be a popular opinion, but I've decided, and I've felt this way pretty much throughout the entire thing, this is maybe a higher strain, maybe a stronger strain of the flu, and it is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. We're going to deal with 9 million variations of it, and we're going to have to be vaccinated or acclimated to it no matter what. And if you think that that's not true, 1918, they had a flu outbreak. It killed a lot of people. It was ugly. They wore masks back then, did their whole social distancing, and what do we get? A yearly encouragement to get vaccinated for what? The flu. So I feel like there is so much fear placed on this particular strain of a virus that it has permeated everybody's common sense, if you will. And I have been very sporadic. Do you mind, sir? My puppy. I have been very sporadic on much of my social media because I'm in avoidance mode. Like, I am so tired of reading about it, seeing about it, hearing about it. I mean, you can't have a casual conversation without it coming up. And the thing about it that really gets me is the media will always tell you what the infection rate is, but they won't tell you what the actual mortality rate is, what the actual death rate is, because the death rate is actually very low. And you can be mad at me if you want to, but what I would say to that is read a book, like pick up a study, like actually look at the real science, if you will, and see what those numbers really are. They're telling you, okay, if I got 10 people in my home and all 10 of them get it, okay, the infection rate was 100%. But if nobody dies, did it matter? I mean, seriously, because we've all dealt with the flu. And yes, again, I know that this is a stronger strain, but it's in that same realm. It's a virus, like and so I just feel like we are shutting out our families. I think about all of the people who didn't have corona, didn't have COVID, they had cancer, like a terminal cancer, and they were in hospice centers and they had to die alone. Their families couldn't come in. But my thought was, they're in a hospice center. You already know they're going. Why would you force them to die alone out of fear of this, that this virus could kill? people that were dying. And I'm just really over it. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of people asking me personal questions. And yes, I hop on YouTube and most of my social media and I share about lupus. But I don't share about lupus so that people can be afraid. I don't share about lupus. Most of the time, my lupus, the way I share it, is quite humorous in spite of the fact that it's not a laughing matter. I'm literally fighting for my life every single day. I mean, like, I cough all the time. My chest currently right now is on fire from, from being inflamed, my lungs being inflamed as a result of lupus. So, when I cough, which is something I've done before the pandemic, and now people are questioning me on whether or not I have the virus or the vaccine. And to be honest with you, doesn't matter, because if I have the vaccine, I can still get it, I can still spread it, I can still die. If I don't have the vaccine, I can still get it, I can still spread it, I can still die. So again, why the widespread fear? And we're getting ready to go into we did all of 2020, all of 2021. So basically, technically speaking, we're getting ready to go into year 3 of people not realizing that it's here to stay. And do you no longer spend time with your family? Do you no longer spend time with your friends? Do you no longer go and do things that bring you joy? Do you no longer live a life? And honestly, I was wearing masks before the pandemic happened, especially in airports, again, because my immune system is at a 0. So I'm really kind of glad the rest of y'all are wearing them, to be honest, not because you're going to help keep me safe, but because my ego and I'm selfish. I was tired of being stared at. Now I'm no longer being stared at. But I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid of this virus. When it first started, I was going to the grocery store just to get my people fixed when everything was shut down. So I really am feeling overwhelmed because there's so much ridiculousness where this thing is concerned that I'm just really I can't take it when you can't even say good morning to someone without them bringing it up. So I'm going to do my best to get over myself in 2022 and be more consistent, because many of you subscribed, you support me, and I really do appreciate that. And I've been avoiding just because, again, I don't want to deal with it. I'm just tired of it. So I've been sitting here in my yard crafting like a mad woman and staying off social, doing a drop here, a post there, but nothing really, really consistent. So I'm gonna take the rest of 2021 to myself, which is all of 2 days. And then after that, I am going to do my best to be here the days that I said that I would be here. All right, guys, I hope that you understood. If you didn't like my opinion, I don't give a damn, it's still mine. And you're free to express yours, but I just ask that you do so respectfully. Thank you. Ciao.